Hello, it's so good to see you again. I'm Barbara and together with my husband Daniel, I restore the historic sailing ship Flying Coney. Right now we are in the shipyard on Urk. Last time we removed our sketchy hinged mast and this time we are building a loading crane that also doubles as a light pole. And it makes it much easier to lift our dinghy and other heavy items aboard. To keep the costs low, we decided to reuse materials that we already had laying around. So we reused the gaff as the crane's mast and kept the boom. This way we created a strong, reliable loading crane without breaking the bank.
One millimeter in this direction. Forward. Yeah. A little bit back. I feel I have a carrying role in this project.
We are almost through our second shipyard period, and next week we are painting the hull. Flying Coney will get a fresh coat of anti-fouling and then we'll be one step closer to launching. But we are far from done. We've already planned our next round on the hard, and even when Flying Coney is back in the water, there is still an endless list of projects waiting for us. To stay organized and motivated, we've broken the entire refit down into 6 key steps: assessment, repairs, transformation, interior and systems, rigging, and finally sailing. Of course, these steps overlap and there's plenty of back and forth, but little by little we are making progress. Our first step was the assessment, and with this shipyard period, that phase is finally complete. We've had Flying Coney surveyed not once, but 4 times by an official surveyor.
Because actually we know that the frame here,
Yes.
that's good.
We think so, yes.
I'm quite sure about that.
Yes.
So for and actually till here, it's actually good. So and you can see that till here, this part is good.
Flying Coney is 75 years old, so it's no surprise we found some wear and tear. We need to replace 20 of the 100 frames, and of course some of the equipment needs either repair or replacement.
If you look here, it has rusted a little and it looks worse than it is because 1 millimeter of steel gives 1 centimeter of rust. So here I would not do too much.
So you would just cut it off, grind it off, that it looks better, and and then it's good.
Yeah, because
Not redo the whole frame.
No, I would
Maybe
not do
that one.
Maybe this one, but also then only this part. But yeah, you know, if there's one frame missing a little, that's also not the ship will not collapse on that.
Since we've stripped out all the interior, we now have full access to the hull, both inside and out. So we really know every inch of the ship, and we just renewed our safety certificate. The final part of the assessment was ensuring the underwater part of the hull is in good shape. And yes, it's in perfect condition. With the assessment complete, we have a clear understanding of Flying Coney's condition, and we are actually quite happy with what we found. Now we are in the middle of the second step, repairs. Together with John, we've successfully fixed the engine, and the shipyard crew has made sure Flying Coney's hull is seaworthy again. The last major repair task is the frame replacement, which we will tackle during the next shipyard period.
Now you might be wondering, why did we go through all the troubles of removing the old mast and building the new crane? Well, the old mast just wasn't safe anymore. Using it always felt like a gamble. Lifting heavy items with it could easily lead to something breaking, and the easiest solution was to get rid of the sketchy thing.
So we were hoisting the dinghy on deck when out of a sudden the gaff came crashing down and the boom were crashing down. And the reason was that this block here exploded in the mast top. This settled the decision. We do want to get rid of the current mast because it isn't the final mast anyway, and to replace it with a light and loading mast, which is much shorter, much slimmer, and gives the boat a better look until we have the funds to finally put on the rig.
Replacing it with this custom-built loading crane not only improves safety, but also makes handling much easier.
So initially I just wanted to get rid of the worst rust spots, but then I thought, well, it's not too much more work to completely strip the paint with the taco, and that worked out pretty fine, and the finish is great, and the taco is really a weapon when it comes to strip paint. Not so much when there are pittings, but that's just how it works. So with this good steel to get rid of the paint and get rid of a little bit of rust, it worked out completely fine. So now it's time to put on 2-component primer against the rust, and afterwards we will make a complete new paint job, and this will be our new loading crane and light mast instead of the huge ugly hinged mast we had before. So for the final paint scheme, the superstructure and everything that is above the hull will be painted white. With our boat it's really important not to enhance the wrong bits of the hull, otherwise the boat looks really ugly, and to show more or less the sailing ship lines and give her a clean and nice looking line. So that's the reason why we want to paint both the superstructures, especially the aft cabin and the safety railing and all this, white, so that it's not too dominant and not too visible. And currently it's the exact opposite. We've already got rid of the red scrub rail, but with the red cap rail and safety railing, it does enhance the wrong bits of the hull. So it would be quite nice to have it either in the color of the hull, so blue, or to have it in a not as dominant color as red. It's really important.
Step 3 is all about the transformation. Right now, Flying Coney is more a trawler yacht than a sailing ship. The high quarterdeck and the massive wheelhouse aren't ideal for a sailing ship. You can't really steer from up there, and overall there is too much weight too high up. And of course, the higher the superstructure, the less sail area is possible. So during the transformation phase, we're converting her back to the beautiful sailing ship she once was. We will lower the quarterdeck to bulwark height, reduce the size of the wheelhouse, And we will also reshape the bow, giving her the sleek lines of a sailing vessel. Next comes one of the most exciting phases: building the interior and installing the systems. We've got a clear vision for the interior and we can't wait to start bringing it to life. But as always with a project like this, it's a step-by-step process. Since we already live on Flying Coney, we will prioritize installing essential systems like electricity, running water and heating. The rest of the interior build-out will be an ongoing project over the next few years. And really, it will never be fully finished, because there is always something to improve. Last but certainly not least is the rig. Flying Coney was originally rigged as a schooner brig, a fast, seaworthy and beautiful ship. And of course, we want to restore her to her former glory with the same rig. It's a big task, but one that will complete the transformation of Flying Coney into a true sailing ship.
Yeah, we thought you wait until it's...
It was dry, but no, not anymore.
it should get better at 10.
Okay.
You lost your welding hammer.
No, I
You preferred it.
one because it's easy to put it in like, and also when you have sparklings or small pieces here, you can, or with a hammer.
Nice.
The last step on this list is to sail Flying Coney around the world together with you. Of course, we are eagerly looking forward to that day. But right now, we are also enjoying this refit project. Getting to know our ship inside and out and shaping it exactly the way we envision is such a rewarding experience. It's a huge part of why we're doing this. We truly hope you're enjoying this building phase as much as we are, because it's going to be quite a while before we're ready to hoist the sails.
Satisfied?
Yes. Looks very nice.
Very good.
With the new mast installed, the crane looks fantastic. There are still a few final touches left, like attaching the ropes and the boom, but we will take care of them once we are back in the water. And that's all we have time for today. Launch day is fast approaching, so next time we'll be painting Flying Coney and applying a new coat of anti-fouling in a brand new color. If you don't want to miss it, then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you are notified as soon as we publish the new video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.